organizers say at least 7 million Americans took to the streets protesting what many called an abuse of power by President Trump. House Speaker Mike Johnson called it, quote, the Hate America rally. Here in New York City, police say 100,000 people turned out at multiple marches. They report no arrests. There were more than 2,600 events from coast to coast.
Yeah, the No Kings protest yesterday in America was officially a huge success, with an estimated 7 million people taking to the streets to protest our wannabe king, which makes it the largest political protest in U.S. history. And watching all the national coverage, I noticed two themes. First, that the crowds were huge, and secondly, the protests were peaceful. But I have a slightly different story for you about a small town protest that drew a huge crowd that was truly inspiring on a beautiful day in one of the most beautiful places in America, and it was peaceful. Right up until two MAGA Karens, a mother and daughter combo, showed up looking for trouble, and they found it. In fact, the MAGA mom, she should be in jail, and I was on scene to cover it all in this exclusive story. So hit subscribe to Really American Media. Help us hit 1 million subscribers. It will drive King Trump absolutely nuts. So this story right here takes place in, a small town, but it also happens to be a world-famous small town. I'm talking about South Lake Tahoe, California, which has a year-round population of only about 20,000 people. And yesterday, thousands of those people showed up to support the No Kings movement.
No Kings!
But there is a lot.
Like the channel.
Thank you.
Microsoft published.
Why even be like?
Yeah, I have been lucky enough to call Tahoe my home for the last 20 years, and I have attended and covered several different protests, and I have never seen a crowd that big. And that video clip right there only showed a small part of it. And the energy in the air was nothing but positive. I asked several random people why they were there and what their message to King Trump would be.
The thing that bothers me the most is his persecution of people that oppose his opinion. The First Amendment rights, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, these things are really important to me, and he's trying to get rid of it.
My sign says, keep America, make America gay again. Not really, just really have constitutional rights for all people, regardless of anything but the love in their heart.
Nice. And what would you say if Trump was watching?
What I'm worried most is that he's the commander-in-chief, and for my fellow former military friends, because I was in the military, they maybe get unlawful orders from the commander-in-chief, and who is willing to step up against that? That's what scares me the most.
That there are no kings, and we're fighting against fascism, and there is no Antifa.
Very nice. Nobody paid you?
I'm still waiting for my checks from years ago.
I think if you really love this country, if you really love America, keep your goddamn hands off of us. Show people love, because when people have the means to survive, they can create really great things.
Elon can go back to South Africa. Trump can go down below the earth.
The disregard for our climate, just the ignorance to science. My grandkids are going to suffer.
Let's go for democracy, not fascism. Let's stick to the Constitution and the rule of law.
And explain your sign, 8647.
I think it's time for him to get out of office.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody who took a moment to talk to me. It was truly inspiring to see that many like-minded people taking to the streets and to know that they could see the obviousness of the truth when it comes to what Trump is doing to America. And even though these are dark days for our democracy, this event was beaming with positivity and unity. But then, like all things in Trump's America, it started to take a dark turn. Amongst all those protest signs, which I will show you the best of in just a few minutes, I noticed these two people, a mother-daughter combo, waving a Trump flag. I honestly thought they were doing it as a joke, as like sarcasm. So I approached the mom and I asked her,
Are you guys the lone Trump supporters out today?
Probably, maybe.
What do you love about what's going on?
He's bringing back our country. He's bringing back the American way, in my opinion.
yeah, and with that non-answer, I could immediately tell they were the real deal. Two MAGA Karens had shown up and put themselves right in the middle of the No Kings protest, clearly looking for attention, and they had to know that it wouldn't go well, and it didn't. The crowd started to gather around them, and they started to shout, "Fuck Trump."
Fuck Donald Trump! 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 Fuck Donald Trump!
Yeah, the chants died down, and some of the crowd tried to engage in a honest debate with the MAGA pair, and the daughter, who I have identified as a local high school kid, was quick to escalate things into an argument.
So all lives don't matter now, huh? All lives don't matter now,
Yeah, and while the daughter limited her MAGA rage to verbal altercations, the MAGA mom decided to escalate things to the point of a crime when a protester confronted her, and you can see her forcefully grab her sign. Yeah, as you can see, the MAGA mom grabs the woman's sign, which is illegal and would be considered either theft, vandalism, or a form of assault. The people you saw rushing in to break it up were from the local Parks and Rec department. There were no police anywhere near this altercation. And it didn't end there. A few minutes later, the pair met up again, and you can see the MAGA mom wave her clenched fists in the protester's face, which again is a crime. It's called menacing. Yeah, the altercation was broken up again by the Parks and Rec employees, and the police were not called in, although they certainly could have been. These two MAGA instigators have their right to free speech as well, yes, but they do not have the right to break the law. And I would just like to point out that none of the No Kings protesters ever got violent or did anything that could be considered illegal. Like I said, this was a peaceful crowd that took time out of their weekend to show up and fight for our democracy, to send a message to the Trump regime that we will not go quietly, that we will indeed get vocal. And for a small town gathering, I got to say, they had some protest signs that were worthy of being recognized on our global channel right here at Really American Media, because each and every one of these protesters are indeed really American. And with that, I salute everybody who showed up yesterday in small towns and big cities to set the record for the largest ever political protest in American history. Our republic was literally established on the principle that we will not be ruled by a king, that we have a system of checks and balances, due process for all, and that America is a beacon for freedom. At least it used to be. And while King Trump is trying to undo all of that, we the people will outlive this regime. United we stand, divided we fall. That's never been more true. So please, like this video, comment below, and as always, get vocal. From the Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve podcast, I'm Steve Harness for Really American Media.